Thank you for your patience. That took longer than I thought. Ace Attorney time. Let's go. Boop, 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 boop. Hello. Apologies for the delay. It's Ace Attorney time. Hello, Cypher. Hello, Local. Welcome, 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 welcome. Turnabout goodbyes. Man, it's almost like it's the final trial or something. December 26, 9:44 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Also, hello. Evil Dr. Cranberry Sauce, you forgot we ended right here. Yeah, we ended literally at the beginning of the trial proper. For the final like non-DLC. I can't even call it DLC, but you know what I mean. DLC before we had DLC. Yeah. Welcome everybody. Thank you for your patience while I get my life in order. I am trying to stream more often. Part of that is making sure that I get to bed at healthier hours during non-stream nights and also during stream nights, but you know. And also properly taking time during the weekend to like rest and relax without feeling guilty that I'm not doing more stream stuff or whatever. So I appreciate everybody sticking with me while I, work through all of that. So, but enough mushy gushy stuff. We have to get to the hard brass tacks of the law. Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. This is also wicked loud in my ears. Hold on. There you go. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Oh, also, I have a question for y'all. So, I have, pledged essentially to not play additional games until we get through at least some of our stream backlog. And right now, half of the stream backlog is really long games, right? FF8 and Wrath of the Righteous. Both of those big honking games. Wrath of the Righteous, definitely the longer of the two, just by the nature of coming out so much later and having literally just more capacity, for data in a game. And therefore it has more content TM. One of the games on the list is obviously Ace Attorney, right? The question is, are we counting the whole trilogy? Do you guys want me to play through the trilogy as one of the stream games? Or is just Ace Attorney 1 enough for now? Because my plan is to get through Ace Attorney and Hollow Knight if we can, to pare down some of the stream backlogs. That way it opens up a little bit more creative space for playing other stuff. Or we just go whole hog on one of the really long games and say screw it. So does Ace Attorney 1, is this enough of an experience for you guys that you are okay with me checking it off for now, and we'll come back to Ace Attorneys 2 and beyond? Or do you want me to play through the original trilogy and we can just play, we'll just wait for Expedition 33, at some other time. It's fine to take breaks in between games, give you lots of recaps at the beginning of each one. That's true. Ace Attorney 1 is already long enough, considering Rise from the Ashes is basically as long as the entire rest of AA1 combined. Really? wild. That's right. Actually, now that I think about it, Rise from the Ashes it's got a ton of extra content because it was trying to make use of the touchscreen a lot, right? It was like, what if we made people, because they added a bunch of stuff not for the US release but for the DS release because they wanted to make Japanese players who had already bought the Game Boy Advance version, they wanted to like justify them buying the new one, right? Because they couldn't just give them like a DLC, like downloadable thing. Anyway, Edgeworth says Karma hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of prosecution. A god. Not a single case. He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. Yeah, Edgeworth will like bend the rules a little bit, right? He'll create a very convincing case that is technically legal. Pretty sure von Karma will just break the law to make sure that he gets the prosecution that he needs, right? That's like their main difference. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. Oh no, yeah, never mind. Forging evidence is in fact against the law. Never mind. Well, it's a good thing that we beat Edgeworth multiple times here, because otherwise he was on his way to becoming a new Von Karma. You're looking at this Let's Play of A1 and Turnabout Goodbyes ends on episode 57 and Rise from the Ashes ends on 99? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah, then we will play Ace Attorney 1. We will check that off the list, and we will gallop into the sunset with a little bit of space returned to the stream roster. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Ugh. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years? He's as ruthless as me times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. Huh? I can't. Sorry. I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Aw, man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. I gotta be honest, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I understand the implication here is that we want our mentor's guidance, but Maya provides assistance beyond her ability to channel Mia, and I think that Phoenix needs to appreciate what she brings to the table here, and the fact that she is an outside perspective and typically a never say die kind of personality that helps balance out his natural proclivity towards going, oh shit, I'm doomed. Even in talks with Oddity and Shades for games to potentially get me in on when things calm down for me. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, one of the main things is that if I can get back to streaming, realistically what I want to do is stream 3+ times a week, but if I can get 3 times a week, that means that we can either have dedicated days like we used to, so it would be Mondays are, I don't know, whatever, Ace Attorney days or whatever, and Tuesdays are blah 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 days, and Wednesdays are blah 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 days, you know what I mean? We can have dedicated days for different games, and so it'll help maybe pad stuff out a little bit, and provide some of the variation that I think sometimes you guys enjoy. If I get some opening in the stream schedule, I can have a little bit of wiggle room for community days. You know what I mean? Either the what is it called? Wander Home? What Wilder Home? Wild Heart? Something or other? Hold on. Categorize. Nope, never mind. You need multiplayer maybe? Wildermyth. Yeah, so Wildermyth is something that we played off stream. I've got Master Duel that I reinstalled just because I wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, there's a variety of stuff. I've been playing Metaphor ReFantagio on my own, but I know that we have previously streamed well, we did stream FF4, but no, we've streamed Persona 4. I know that that's another big game, so if we were to stream it, it would not be immediate. But that's another thing that we could maybe play. I know that I personally really love playing the Pathfinder video games, but I know that they don't always do super well because you guys they're really slow. At least when I play them really slow paced. There's a lot of moving parts, so it can be, it's not as bombastic for you guys. I say, well, we play essentially an overglorified visual novel, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Edgeworth goes, "What are you whispering about?" "Oh, it's nothing." "Well, it's time. Let's head in." Yeah, what else? There was the Night Rain or whatever. We played that briefly. One of the things I really need to do is we have three PS4 controllers, and the problem is that two of them need some severe cleaning and to make sure that all of the connections are still up to snuff. And so we only have one really good controller that gets used between the two of us. And that's not normally a problem because Lovely Wife doesn't normally play games that require a controller. But right now she's been playing Silksong and Expedition 33, and both of those are better, significantly better. They're kind of nigh unplayable without controllers. And so she has been monopolizing that, which is fine, but it does mean that our game choices are severely limited while we don't have that. Judge says, "Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor." Mr. Von Karma? Is the prosecution ready? Look at this guy. Oh man, he's filled with rage. Final boss-ass motherfucker, right? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness? What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. Anime does some fantastic stuff with Von Karma. I should watch the anime. We should watch the anime. Is it on, either does anybody own it? Is it the sort of thing that I could get on DVD for cheap? Or is it on, a streaming service somewhere or something? I no longer have Crunchyroll. I ended my subscription with that. It's on Crunchyroll? No! I literally just said it! No! Yeah, I stopped paying for Crunchyroll because they have been... I do not appreciate a variety of their business practices and also some of their business partners lately. Prosecution may call the first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? I love Maya's face here. This is so good. This is such a good face. How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident, now! Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. Oh, hey, Here's a map that we didn't have before. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Testify to the court about the arrest. Now! Wait! Mr. Von Karma. Yes. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Look at this! Oh my god. Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not! Man called in the station around 30 minutes after midnight. Headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Culprit is Gumshoe? Yeah, definitely. That's why he shows up in so many of the future games. How you doing, Zechius? Next morning, a body was found in the lake, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now! It's because Gumshoe got tired of having his pay slashed. Yeah, he was like, that's it. I can't handle it anymore. I'm gonna kill this entirely unrelated guy. Man called in the station around 30 minutes after midnight. Excuse me? You received a call from a man? Yeah. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Objection. Oh my god, his objection is scary. That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Ugh. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today, I've summoned the woman who was camping. Lot of heart. What happened next, detective? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really.
Objection.
Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got a share of objections. I didn't suspect him of anything at all. The next morning, a body was found in the lake. Did you find any clues? Single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Yeah, you Karma, you're to blame. Judge, here's the bullet. Didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, court accepts this bullet into evidence. From a .22 caliber pistol? Damn, dude went down to a pea shooter. We had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. That is not a .22 caliber pistol. Also, I'm gonna turn down my mic because I think I'm peaking like way too often. So hold on. All right, how's that? Garden, thank you. Thank you so much for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor. Murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. How so? What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. That's supposed to be a laugh? That's a shitty laugh, I gotta be honest. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order! Order! So Mr. Edgeworth's, that's a hard one for me to say, Worth's. Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Fired 3 times. Bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Huh? Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was, without a doubt, fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! Order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Nope, we will just do that. We're gonna do that, thank you. Well, Judge. Also, welcome, Swag, welcome. We're facing off against Von Karma. Actually, what is his full name? Profiles. Manfred Von Karma. This dude has been lawyering for 40 years, and he refuses to retire. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge. Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess. Now. But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? I'd say if you love your job, but I'm not sure this guy loves anything. I think he loves winning. I think that's his main thing. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. Likely Power, now that you think about it. Yeah, exactly. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then, the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. How am I gonna convince anyone of that? Say, Maya? Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. Of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is gonna run out. Really? Whoa, right? Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh? Oh, sorry. Whoops. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes, will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university? That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. Don't add anything trivial or subjective. Rare showing of emotion from Edgeworth. Yeah, I think we get more emotion from him in future games, if I remember correctly. Mostly it's after he's had his transformation from rival in this game to, like, sort of grumpy ally, you know what I mean? Also, if I remember correctly, doesn't Edgeworth end up with a side game where he ends up as a... Is he still a prosecutor in the side game, or does he end up taking the place of a defense attorney? I mean, yes, it's when he transitions from rival to boyfriend, but you know. Lotta's like, argh. Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well. Testimony, please. Witness's account. Technically still a prosecutor, though the investigations games don't feature a lot of court stuff. Really? Is it like a point and click sort of adventure where he ends up like the court stuff is really not the important part, or? Because they're like a side series where he's like the main character that you play as, right? Christmas Eve, just after midnight. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. Then I looked out the window. I saw two gents in a boat. There was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Enough. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. There's still testimony and cross-examination stuff, but plot-wise, it's mostly investigation-type stuff. Gotcha. Like pre-court? Yeah. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So, the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. It was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order, order, order! I will have order! Well, Judge? The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant. Wait, Your Honor! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. Cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then, I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? Obviously. I think I noticed one little thing. I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Great, let's take him on. Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this. I understand. I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well. I Hooray for your sake, this isn't a waste of time. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really? Hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. I was in my car, heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. It wasn't nearly a thing on... Wait!
Objection!
Damn it! No, it's a second bang! Where's the second photo? Ah! We're gonna burn through all of our health.
Hold it!
Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. Von Karma, I think I hate you. You're trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? You think everyone hates him, maybe even him? I don't think he hates himself.
Hold it!
Nope.
Objection!
Asking meaningless questions, contradictions. One time I think I hate you.
Hold it!
You sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. It sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Objection!
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there. If only my sister were here. Maya's really taking this hard. Heard this bang come up from the lake. Press this. You weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that. Not leisurely chat with the witness. In unrelated news, you can't tell if you have a sinus infection or COVID. Everything smells like iron. Oh no, Cypher. I'm sorry. That's awful.
Objection!
There's two bangs and it's one gun. What? This is when I get frustrated because it's a video game and not just a thing. Like, she heard two bangs. We have one bullet, one gunshot wound, one photo. Where's the second bang? Ugh. We're gonna burn through all of our health in this. That was so frustrating. Did I pick an... I did pick an autopsy report. Do I want a tip here? Oh, fired 3 times. Ooh. Yeah. We'll try that.
Objection! Objection!
Nope. Alright. We're just floundering here.
Objection!
We're gonna... Yeah. Nope. Well, if we go through all of this again... Oh, jeez. Alright, hold on. We gotta save before when we get to this part. So I need to, like, skip. How do I full auto skip? Oh, there we go. Okay. Not my finest moment, but, you know. Save early and often. Yeah, well, I think this is the first case that I've really hit like a huge roadblock against. But on some level, it was also me just kind of bumping into the
Hold it!
Received a call from a man.
Objection!
There's 2 witnesses.
Hold it!
When did you get there? Say it was about 3 minutes? Damn, that was a quick response time. Motto for the month is get there quick.
Objection!
Refrain from casually revealing department secrets. I don't feel like that's a particularly big secret, but... No, not his salary review! I'm sorry, Gumshoe.
Hold it! Hold it!
That's a callback to earlier where Edgeworth responds to essentially the same comment with praise.
Hold it!
Yeah, Edgeworth was cool, as a cucumber, maybe a little traumatized.
Hold it!
Hey. We need to get to a lot of hearts, testimony, and then we can save and go from there. I'm just gonna press her on everything and not try to find contradictions until we get all of her info. Okay. So, step 1, save. We're gonna press her on everything, even if it might not necessarily be relevant. Just after... Yep, they object. We're in your car. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Oh, wait, now I'm the one who says that. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Heard this bang come up from the lake. You weren't looking at the lake at the time? Nope, looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with her. Looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Then there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. Sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Heck, I scanned the whole lake. Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat.
Objection. Objection.
Okay. We've gotten all of her info. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. Seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. Oh! That was our problem. We just did, literally, this is one of those things where you have to, where everything has to seem lost, and then you go, actually, but Your Honor. I was getting ahead of the game there. Yeah. You keep your promise, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid that I'll have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. If that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Second photo doesn't come into play until later. Yeah. Nick! Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hold it! Who was that? It was me. Maya. Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. It's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal. I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No. No! Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. See, this is why we need Maya, is specifically because she is not a lawyer. Order, 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 order. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. The judge finally grows a pair. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. Ms. Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he's in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. But Maya! I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. By using her habit of getting arrested for good. Ugh. Sorry, it's cold. It's cold in here. I gotta roll down my sleeves. I'm animated, but I am not warm. My toesies are cold. Okay. That last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Maya's efforts either. And if we press her, it counts as badgering.
Objection!
Got you. Got you, Ms. Hart. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Ms. Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Ms. Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. Did it! I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good.
Hold it!
Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic... The issue we're concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. He's not letting her answer any of my questions.
Hold it!
Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to the case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright? Alright, yeah, we gotta say it in case this is fucked up. Do you wish to press further about the camera? Absolutely. Make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to the entire case. Therefore, I'll continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you'll testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. Camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars.
Objection!
You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Ugh! What are you driving at? Witness not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Take a look at this.
Take that!
Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sightseeing at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Do we have proof? I think it's the camera again. proof is your own camera. Ah! Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order, order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Ms. Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers this smart? So, smart boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You caught me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. What could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Ms. Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Objection.
Witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or photographer has no bearing on the case. There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
Objection!
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. That would be a first. Very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there's no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor.
Hold it!
Exactly what sort of sound was it? Never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected.
Hold it!
Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so. Nope. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore neither. Better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. Won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. Has to be something. We're gonna save in case things go horrifically wrong, but I think I know where we have to present here.
Objection! Objection!
The gun. Oh, wait. Duh. One shot.
Objection!
Okay, maybe I'm pressing on the wrong thing here. Another gun. Okay, here we go.
Objection!
It's 2 shots! Game, please, I'm begging!
Objection!
Damn it.
Objection! Objection!
Oh wait, saw a flash. Maybe this one? I think the difference in the shots is obvious enough that it's strange you've not been able to ask about it yet. Yeah, right? It's very frustrating.
Objection!
This is insane. 1, 2, 3. I've been wrong 8 times on this stupid part, and it's like my logic is sound. Ah! All right. We gotta cool down. We're gonna have a little sippy sip of a drink. We're gonna chill out. All right. I'm gonna chill out. We're gonna chill out. Everything's gonna be fine. We're chilling.
Objection!
At this point, I'm just guessing. Okay, I mean, fine. We'll just press her on everything, I guess. Cause whatever. What manner? I'm not sure. Highfalutin enough to be a manner of anything.
Hold it!
Investigative photographer. Get your photo, sell at the press. Was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. Guess what? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. You know, an unidentified flying object? A UFO. That's when I had a sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. So it wasn't this, it wasn't this, it wasn't this, it wasn't this, it wasn't this. Another. The word another is the.
Objection!
I'm gonna scream. You've met someone who insisted you pronounce UFO as spelled rather than saying the letters. That's awful. Okay, so we're gonna press her on everything.
Hold it! Hold it!
Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV. Most true believer I have met. Wild. Not sure that appearing in the local news as Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper. For real. This is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor.
Hold it!
I was gonna press her on everything because sometimes the game wants you to do that. That's why you put on the automatic sensor in your camera? Yeah, borrowed it from a university professor. Analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yeah? How many pictures has it taken so far? Only time the camera triggered was that night.
Hold it!
I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. If word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah! Second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually...
Objection!
I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to the case! Whatever you say, Von Karma, I know you told her to keep quiet.
Hold it!
When I heard the bang, you heard 2 bangs. Sounded like a gunshot.
Hold it!
Not much else to look at. What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness. Continue.
Hold it!
Nothing on the lake but the boat at the time? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so. Smooth as glass.
Hold it!
Oop. Whatever. I'm gonna feel really stupid, but we're gonna present the Gordy article.
Objection!
Seriously? It was the Gordy article? What the hell, dude? Why? Were you really looking at the boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's why. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Continue, Mr. Wright. I guess we have to click. Okay. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo, and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who's shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Ms. Hart, look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Ms. Hart, show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. We still cannot see who's firing this. Could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Happy now, Mr. Wright? Has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over. Obviously, is Edgeworth left-handed? Of course he's not. It said that his right hand's prints were on it. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo, somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Wait! Your Honor, this evidence... I believe we've spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps. This is bad! Okay, well, we can't object to the enlargement. Well, can we? Here. Something decidedly strange with the enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, You will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about the photo.
Take that!
Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that the left hand contradicts.
Take that!
The gun! The man in this photograph is holding the pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, finally. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself! Order! Order! So you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There's no way it could have been suicide. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course! I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh my god. Multiple points at which I was like, what is... I'm like a day and a half ahead in this thing. The camera is the key. There were multiple bangs. There's multiple photos. That was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter. So the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Ooh, boy. Okay. Maya! Hey! Nick, it's you! I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made it through the day okay. It's a relief. Hey, why'd you do that anyway? I don't know. I just knew I had to do something. I know I'm not the lawyer my sister was. I'm sorry. Well, you did save the trial. Just behave from now on, okay? Okay. Have you been questioned yet? No, not yet. Detective Gumshoe is here just now. He said, seeing as this is your first offense, we'll let you go after questioning. Whew. Oh, and he wanted me to get bail money ready. You can pay for me, okay? Huh? How much? I don't know. I guess they'll send you a bill or something? Why do I picture giant bales of money every time I hear the word bail? Any luck with Mia? None. Can't get through to her at all. I tried. I really did. I don't know what to do. I think I probably shouldn't have stopped my training. Yeah, no shit. Sounds like she really did do her best. I should check and see if there's any waterfalls in the local area. Wonder if I'll ever see my sister again. Isn't that the enlarged photo Lotta was talking about? Uh-huh. Huh. Nice and big, but you can't really see the faces any clearer, can you? Detective Gumshoe's not here. Gumshoe's at the scene again today. Huh? Oh, really? He's a live wire, that one. Got into a fight with the chief for not following protocol. Not following protocol? Bet he wouldn't help them build the case against Edgeworth. Fewer than there were yesterday, but the cops are still around in the park. Wonder if Detective Gumshoe's here today. Haven't seen Larry around today at all. Probably off paying through the nose on a date with a lovely fiancé. Looks like the boat rental shop is closed today, too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe! Hey, pal! The trial today. Yeah? What about the trial? Well, I was gonna say good show, but it wasn't really all that. Though you did save Mr. Edgeworth, I guess. I just wasn't sure how to thank you, you know? Thanks. Detective Gumshoe? Any idea what strategy Von Karma is planning for tomorrow? Sounds like he's bringing in another witness. Another witness? Oh, right. He said something about that in the trial today. There were 2 witnesses. Da-da-da. I was wondering who that other witness was. Who was it? Sorry, pal. As much as I'd like to, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Right. Oh, right. I wanted to ask you something about Edgeworth. What's up? Is he afraid of earthquakes? I never heard anything about that before. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't talk about himself too much, see? But there's one thing that's clear as day. Him hating crime the way he does, and him becoming a prosecutor, and him being scared of earthquakes. It all started with that incident. The DL6 incident? Yep, that's the one. 15 years ago, when he saw his father shot before his very eyes. Still feels the pain now. You can see it in his eyes. Wanted to talk to you about Maya Fey. Huh? She's not out on bail yet? That's strange. I told him to let her go as soon as they had their report written up. Man, I don't know what would have happened in that courtroom today if it weren't for her. Seeing her getting dragged out by the bailiff? I'll be honest with you, pal. I shed a tear or two. Mr. Edgeworth, he was so moved I saw his lip trembling. Really? Cold as ice, Edgeworth? He was really grateful for what she did, you know. I'm gonna head back to the station. I'll get the report on Maya and get her out of there as soon as I can. Thank you. Oh, wait. I was wondering, know how much is... there we go. I was wondering, how much is bail gonna be? Don't worry about it. Mr. Edgeworth is posting a whole amount. What? Edgeworth? Didn't I tell you? He's grateful to her for what she did. Alright, pal. Well, don't forget to go pick her up, okay? Maybe I can get Edgeworth to pay this month's rent, too. Hey, Nick! You finally came! They just finished the paperwork. I'm free to go. Free at last, eh? Those interrogators were really mean. They were like, okay, what did you do this time? Like I was some kind of criminal. Can you believe it? Well, they let you out in the end, didn't they? Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for bail. Thank Edgeworth. Huh? He posted bail for you. Said he was grateful for what you did. Mr. Edgeworth did that? I have to make it up to him. We've got to win this case, Nick. What do you think we should do next? We're kind of lacking in the clues department. We could go to the park and look for Gordy. I was kidding. Still, if there are any clues out there, the park's as good a bet as any. What do you say? Shall we head down there? Sure! Notice anything lately? You know, I did notice one thing while I was here in detention. It's really pretty comfortable here. It's warm and they keep it very clean. I meant, have you noticed anything about the case? Well, not much more than that, no. Probably still upset about Mia. I should leave her alone. Ah, fresh air. I gotta say, freedom feels great. Behave yourself in the courtroom tomorrow, okay? Misbehaving's much more fun. I'm not gonna be so much fun when Edgeworth refuses to pay your bail again. Right. I'll behave. Oh dear. There aren't many cops around today, are there? They're probably back at the precinct working up the case against Edgeworth. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Lotta. Y'all really did it today. What did we do now? Nah, I'm not complaining. See, I did a little thinking. A little self-reflection, you might say. I realized that being a witness is a mighty big responsibility. But I just went up there and started blabbing any old thing that came to mind. Lotta. So you see, I want to make it up to you. Make it up? What do you think of the trial? To be honest, I was doing it half just to say I'd been a witness, even though I didn't really see anything. Kind of convinced myself I had them. I'm sorry. I know I caused y'all a lot of trouble. Memory is a tricky, vague little thing. Yeah, I sure know that now. I'll be fine the next time I witness a murder. I'm pretty sure she's not. If I remember correctly, next time she witnesses a murder, she's again an unreliable witness. You mean the first time you witness a murder? Lotta, what do you mean by making it up to us? Well, you see... Actually, I got a bit of information for you. What? That Von Karma didn't want me to say nothing about it. What information? Now we're getting to the heart of it. See, I reckon we might be able to do ourselves a little exchange. Exchange? I thought this was to make it up to us. Right! I propose a little exchange to make it up to you. What? The information don't come cheap, my friend. Hey! I see you thinking, my, how unsophisticated these southern folks are. It's written all over your face. Let me tell you, most southerners are way more sophisticated than you. I'm just the exception, okay? Well, what'll it be? We gonna deal or not? What do we do, Nick? Obviously we deal. Don't have any other leads, so I don't think we have a choice here. Okay, how much? Huh? Are you completely off your rocker? I may not be sophisticated, but I'm not trying to rob the poor. Huh? Only fair exchange for information is information. Listen good. What I need from you is information about Gordy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gordy? But Gordy doesn't... I mean, Gordy might not exist. Then bring me proof that shows he don't. Me when someone mocks my use of y'all. I use y'all all the time. Honestly, I'm really shocked that it hasn't taken off as like just the proper like second person plural. But whatever. I'll be keeping watch from the car, okay? You see something, y'all come to me first. Got it? Okay. Right. See y'all later. Okay, Nick, let's get hunting. Hunting? You don't seriously mean... Gordy? I sure do. What about Edgeworth? We're searching for Gordy for him, Nick. Don't you get it? Has a strong twang to it, I suspect is what... When I say y'all, does it sound like I'm a southerner? Like, other than literally using a word that is not typically found in northern vernacular. When I say y'all, does it sound like I'm a southerner? Should I get a hat for the model when I'm saying y'all? Maybe we can find a monster myth specialist? That's what I'm saying. Whoa! That came out of nowhere. What's that? The Steel Samurai, Nick! Yo, Maya! Larry, what the heck is that? Oh, it was my girl Kiance's idea. She was all, if you like put this here, it would be like really cool. Dude, she gave it to me along with the banner. Not enough emphasis on the "yeah" part. Yeah. Like I can fake put a twang on, but it's very clearly like a fake twang, you know what I mean? Like I don't have the subtle parts of a southern accent that like, cause like I can do like the big sounds, right? But accent isn't the be all and end all of what you consider twang. Okay. Interesting. What now, out of sheer curiosity, what else do you consider twang? Real impressive she could find those for you. Well, she knows a lot of people, and that show's finished now, so she got them for free. Right. Yo, Nick! What happened with Edgy? Well, we made it through the first day in court, all right. I don't know how good our prospects are from here on, though. Huh. Hey, Larry, did you know Mr. Edgeworth's secret weakness? He's terrified of earthquakes. He acts like a little boy. Huh? That's weird. I don't think he was ever like that in school. No? Really? Well, we were only in the same class for a little bit. He transferred schools pretty quickly. Transferred? Right, when the DL6 incident happened. There are accents that add twang to words, and then there are words that just have it built in. Interesting. Doesn't look like Larry knows about the incident, though. Ooh, excuse me for the yawn. Larry, when did you get that big thing? Huh? Oh, the big guy? I've had that for about a month, yeah. It's a big hit with the kids. Why wasn't it there yesterday? Huh? Huh? Oh, right. The compressor was busted. The compressor? Yeah, it's that little unit by my hot dog stand. That's what I used to put air in the Steel Samurai. It broke a little while ago, so I sent it in for repairs. Oh. Here I thought you'd inflated it by yourself. What's the machine? That's a compressor. I use it to fill up the balloon there with air. Huh, neat. Just got it repaired yesterday. Man, what a drag that was. Doesn't that Steel Samurai look a little out of place? I mean, it's so huge. Guess it's good advertising. Something about the Steel Samurai just doesn't work for me. Huh? Really? Looks pretty well made to me. Ain't is another one you know people have similar feelings on. I mean, I think a lot of the time, a lot of people view ain't and y'all as maybe like I think this has a classes component, but I think some people view the use of those words as like uneducated. And like they're wrong, you know what I mean? Like they have clear grammatical rules like in the vernacular that they're used in. You know, you use ain't to specifically get on people's nerves. Hell yeah, swag. Fuck the haters. Still a novice, aren't you, Nick? Really? True connoisseurs like Cody and me don't fall for this kind of stuff. These Steel Samurai fans are obviously in a league of their own. Hey y'all, well, you find anything out about Gordy? No, nothing. Well, keep moving. Gets cold out here at nighttime. It is a little chilly. I think I have to sneeze. Whoa, no you don't. No sneezing. Achoo! Click, 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 click. I told y'all, no sneezing. See, I set the camera to respond to things a little softer than a bang. Hit a trigger on one of Von Karma's finger snaps now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, sorry's nice, but what about my film? Nick, pay the lady. Can't get over the samurai dogs. The original samurai dogs, no less. Hey man, whoever calls their product the original first wins. Why don't you add world famous to the sign? Hey, good idea. What have I done? Those flags look sadly out of place here. Flapping listlessly back and forth in a cold wind under a cold sky. I don't know, I think it gives the place a kind of festival atmosphere. Reminds me of the War of the Eyeglasses. Huh? The War of the what? Huh? Wait, you mean you don't know the War of the Eyeglasses? What the heck is it? Our local fair used to do it every summer. Huh, I guess we were the only ones. I ask again, what the heck is it? That's the guy that's selling my dogs faster than I can cook them. Do you think Gordy really exists? Nah, I think somebody probably saw something else that they just thought was Gordy. But I'll keep selling samurai dogs until the truth's out. Move to a boat shop, maybe? It's always so quiet here. I wonder if the boat shop is closed for good. Well, with the murder on the lake and all, they're probably just taking a vacation till it blows over. I get it. Boat. Some boats floating at the dock. Murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Small boat rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone's around. Probably closed because of the murder. Staring out at the lake as usual. Even a novice like me can tell the camera must cost a pretty penny. Hope she doesn't leave it out here to get stolen. Trees grow quite thick. Further back, the trees fade into the shadow or the sunlight can't reach them. So slide to the right. Oops. Don't tell me you're hungry again. No, I was just wondering, why are camping pots and pans made of aluminum? They didn't talk about that in any of the law books. There's no law saying they have to be made out of aluminum then. I'm not having this conversation. Food and magazines? Takes a pretty tough skin to camp in this cold. Don't think Lotta takes very good care of her SUV. Covered with dents. Can't believe anyone would drive far down here. Learned something in today's trial, that's for sure. Testifying is serious business. Didn't you say you had information about the case? Tell us that, at least. Like I said, I'll trade it for the dirt on Gordy. How am I feeling? I'm doing okay today, Lupium. Thank you so much for checking. I'm less tired than I have been in quite a while, which has been very nice. Today at work was significantly less stressful, and I got a decent amount of sleep over the weekend, which was definitely a problem last week, where I was very tired, like all week. So, yeah, thank you for asking. We're gonna, our current plan is to get through Ace Attorney 1 and then take a break from the Ace Attorney games and play the other stuff on the backlog, with hopefully some time in the weekly schedule to have some freedom to either have days off without it completely screwing over the whole schedule, and or have like community days. So for people who wanted to play like multiplayer games with me, or be like, hey, here's this thing that I got you that I really want you to play. I was very tired last time. I was still bummed. I was expecting that my new glasses would be here sometime today, and they did not show up. So the USPS, their estimate was wrong by at least a day, which is a bummer. But by next stream, hopefully, we should have glasses. Because right now, the model has glasses, but the streamer does not. Many words carry an air of the culture that created it, whether it's Southern slang, British slang, Afro-American vernacular, etc. That can feel weird coming out of your own mouth, whether it's due to classism, culture, or like me, where swearing just feels weird coming out of my mouth. Some words just feel weird for some people to use. I guess. I think for me, mostly I'm like, I try to use more or less the vernacular that I grew up with, but there's a couple words here and there that I've definitely stolen. No glasses can cause a headache. They sure do. I deal with headaches normally, and they are way more frequent for the last multiple months when I have not had glasses because the old ones broke. There have been at least one stream where I have worn my old prescription sunglasses during stream because it was just too much for my eyes. What are you gonna do if Gordy doesn't exist? I'll quit being an investigative photographer. What? After all, I only have one photo to my name so far. Was it a good one? You bet. You bet. A UFO. A UFO? Anyway, if I can't get a career making photo this time around, then that's it. I'll quit and go back to school. You really are a university student? Yeah, well, I'm taking a break for a bit. Right. Lavender at night can solve it. So I have had headaches my entire life. When I was in like first grade, I was on a first name basis with the school nurse. So I've always dealt with them. I just take painkillers and like water. Like I do the normal list of stuff. Like, am I straining my eyes? Do I need food? Do I need water? Should I just take some pain meds because my brain is just being a fuckhead? Do I just need sleep? That's a big one. I was wondering, yeah? What if you get a picture of Gordy, and it turns out like this enlargement did? Y'all crazy? A blurry picture like this doesn't make a hit story. I need a picture that screams, I am Gordy, hear me roar. Can't turn something like this into the paper. What kind of fool do y'all think I am? The kind of fool that would turn a blurry picture in as evidence in a murder trial? Not to mention claiming she saw something she didn't see. Okay, well, we have to go back here. Gordy didn't have anything for him. I don't know anything about that. Autopsy, lake photo. I think what happens, if I remember correctly, it's like the machine is like not... Trash can's empty. Almost didn't see the signpost. Left to the docks, right to the exit. Benches. Too cold to sit and eat hot dogs out here. Wimpy city boy. You should try standing under a freezing waterfall sometime. I'm pretty sure Gordy is actually just this thing deflated. You know what I mean? But don't know if we have what we need right now. So I'm gonna move to a different location. Hey there, pal. What's up? You look out of sorts. Wait, you didn't go and do something that's gonna hurt Mr. Edgeworth's case again. What do you mean again? Whatever, have a seat, pal. I'm here for you if you need anything. Besides money, that is. Say, Detective Gumshoe, do you know Gordy? The monster down in Gourd Lake? Not personally, no. Well, we're looking for it. Huh? Are you out of your minds? Ah! You got time to go wild monster hunting? What about doing a little questioning for me, then? Oh, Detective Gumshoe is scaring me, Nick. I told Detective Gumshoe about the deal with Locke. Nick, try telling him sooner next time. Sorry. I see, pal. Sorry for shouting at you. Okay, I, Detective Gumshoe, will aid your search for Gordy. Huh? I'll loan you one of our newest secret weapons for finding evidence. Really? You can take whichever one you like. Give us the goods. Hold on now, everything in due time. First, let me show them to ya. Not personally. I love you, Gumshoe. Yeah. It's called Monster Hunter Wildzing. These are best and brightest. Introducing secret weapon number 1, Missile. Missile? He's a canine police dog, still in training. Missile! Missile! Here, boy. Here he is. Hey, he's cute. Look, Nick, cute dog. A cute dog. And this will help us how? Next secret weapon number 2, a fishing pole. Here, this is my own personal pole. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for a monster. Yeah. How are we supposed to catch a whole sea monster with a fishing pole? Never know till you try, pal. Ugh. Okay, this next one is the last one. No, please, I'm already overwhelmed by our choices. Secret weapon number 3, a metal detector. Here. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for something alive. Right. How are we supposed to find it with a metal detector? Hey, you never know. It might have been eating soda cans. Well, which will it be? I can't make up my mind, Nick. They all seem so perfect. I can't make up my mind either, for the totally opposite reason. Oh well, I suppose it can't hurt to borrow one of them. We're gonna borrow a missile, obviously. Missile is Shu Takumi's dog. Nice. Can we borrow a missile? Sure thing, pal. Be good to him. He's so cute! Oh boy. K9 unit missile, borrowed from Detective Gumshoe. Hey, Nick. Missile's been acting strangely. Missile? Oh, right. That little creature of the detectives. Hey, I love little doggies. Good boy, good boy. Look at the face! Oh no! Oh no! Grrr! Ooh, what's wrong, Missile? Ah! Missile! Missile! Oh, stop that thing! Cannibal! It's eating my samurai dogs! My samurai dogs! Wow, he ate every single one. I'm sorry, Larry. Sorry! Sorry, don't pay my bills, Nick! It's gonna have to this time. Literally all he does is bring here, eats all his hot dogs. I thought he was gonna like pop the thing somehow. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright, well, back to the entrance so we can go back to the Criminal Affairs Department. I need a new secret weapon. I have to take back the last one I lent you. We're gonna borrow that metal detector. That seems actually useful. Hunting for a monster. Anything's possible. Anything. Sorry, Nick. I don't know much about that. Well, today you're not even a seller of hot dogs. We fucking ate them all. Ow, my ears. Nick! It's beeping! The metal detector's found something. Sure is loud enough about it. Whatever it is, it must be in those bushes. Go check it out, Maya. Why do I have to check it out? Nick. Look. Huh? An air tank? Huh. The valve looks broken. Thought it was Gordy. Maya, first of all, why would Gordy be in the bushes? Second of all, why would a metal detector react to a sea monster? Oh. Huh? There's something wrapped around this air tank. Looks like a string of flags? Well, we might as well take it with us now that we found it. It's heavy. What? An air tank? What about it? Larry, I wanted to ask you about this tank. Is it yours? Why would I have a thing like that? Look, see how there's a string of flags around the tank valve? It's just like the string of flags around your steel samurai there. Must be a coincidence. There are strings of flags everywhere these days. Like elementary schools. And used car dealerships. Look, why would I need a tank anyway? You used this to inflate that, didn't you? Inflate what? What else? That big puffy steel samurai. The head you jumped, you thought a smoke alarm went off for a moment? Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not expect... I thought I would have to, like, use it or something, you know? Now, why would you go ask me a question like that? It looks like I hit the nail on the head. Right. Actually, yeah. See the compressor I always use is on the Fritz? So I tried using the tank to inflate it, just once. Duh, it didn't go so well. As I suspected. It didn't go so well? Yeah. Do you think you could be a little more specific? Come on! Look, it's embarrassing, so I don't really want to talk about it. Tell us! Fine. Whatever. It's like what I said, the compressor was busted. So I took the tank and tried to fill the samurai up with that. And then... the valve busted open and made this incredible noise. That tank there took off like a rocket. Took my poor deflated steel samurai with it. What? Off in a gourd lake? Sure scared me out of my gourd, that's for sure. So the tank and the steel samurai you were trying to fill up flew away. What happened next? Well, all that happened on the 20th or so. 20th? A week ago. Now, as far as I could see, the tank went flying out into the lake. So I went out every night in a boat looking for it. I mean, Kianse gave me that steel samurai after all. When did you find it? Just the night before last. Flew way out there. It took me 4 whole days to find it. The night before last was the night of the murder. Sorry for not telling you, Nick. Actually, I was here on the night of the murder. But you see, I went home before midnight. So you didn't know about what happened? No. That's too bad. It's not all bad. We've solved one mystery, at least. A mystery? Maybe we should go tell her. I'd have to say, no exactly squat about that. Painfully easy to know when something doesn't catch Lotta's interest. Well, Mr. Lawyer, I've got the info y'all need. Y'all got the scoop on Gordy for me yet? Lotta, there is no such thing as Gordy. What? How can y'all be so sure? Really, Nick? Y'all got some proof Gordy don't exist? The proof that Gordy doesn't exist is here. Of course I have proof. No lawyer worth his badge would make a claim without the proof to back it up. Here's the proof that Gordy doesn't exist.
Take that!
Larry's air tank? What are y'all doing with an air tank? This is Gordy. Excuse me? What exactly are you saying, Nick? There's a stand near here, a hot dog stand. There's a giant inflatable samurai doll there. But a week ago, an idiot, who happens to be a friend of mine, tried to fill it. He used this air tank, and when the valve blew, the tank flew into the lake. Apparently, it made a pretty loud bang when it flew. A bang? The tank, along with the still deflated samurai, fell into the lake. At the same time, a couple was taking a photograph of the lake. This photo. We're gonna... Actually, if somebody with mod power could hit snooze on the ads when they get a little bit closer to 0. Oh, or they could do it right now. That's fine. Wait, so you're saying that Gordy is really the Steel Samurai? Well, that's a fine way to ruin a gal's dreams. I'm sorry, Lotta. Nah, it's okay. You win. I'll give you your info like I promised. Poor Lotta. Tell us this information you have. Promise is a promise, I guess. I overheard the cops around here saying something about the witness tomorrow. They said he's the caretaker of the boat rental place up the path here. Boat rental? There's someone there? I mean, it looks so deserted. Just an old guy living all by himself. Y'all should go check it out. Thanks, Lotta. We will. But Let's get cracking, Nick. Hold on. Something else? Yeah, the night of the murder. My camera clicked twice, you know. Wait, so you have another photo? Well, yeah, but there's nothing in it at all. Just the lake. Figured it wouldn't be much use as evidence, so I kept it to myself. It might not be helpful at all, but... Here, take it. Bye now. Y'all take care. Time for me to pack up and leave. Poor Lotta. It's all Larry's fault. Legend still lives on, I guess. The legend? Yeah, the legend of Larry, familiar to all who know him for any length of time. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Someone should whip that butts into shape. Hey Nick, this is the boat shop that Lotta was talking about. You're right. Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all. Well, let's go check it out anyway. Bird! Parrot! Parrot might be important. Meg, that you? Ah! Hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been worried sick. Nick, you handle this. I think I'll leave this one up to you, Maya. Meg! Yes? Finally made up your mind, have you? My mind? You'll run the pasta shop when I'm gone? Pasta? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. You make your old man proud. When you kids left the house, I didn't know what to think. How am I supposed to keep this place running, an old man like me? Polly, the kids are home. Hello, hello. Nick, what was that? A parrot. The one on that perch. Keith. Yes? I leave the wet noodle in your capable hands, Sonny. Nick, what's the wet noodle? Based on the available evidence, I'd say it's the name of his pasta shop. That's a relief, isn't it, Polly? Hello, hello. Yep. He fell asleep. I guess he's relieved. Fishing pole looks expensive. Look, Nick, he has an electric blanket on his table. Looks warm. It's a kotatsu! Ugh. That's a great idea. We should do that at the office. We can sit down with our clients, snug and warm, and drink hot cocoa. Oh, now I want hot cocoa. Damn. And what, talk about murders? Aw, you're a party pooper, Nick. What an amazing parrot that is. Good morning. Hello. It ignored me. What, you forgot, Meg? You gotta call her name first. Her name? Ollie, how you been? Hello, hello. See? Neat. So the parrot's name is Polly. Too bad all she can say is hello. Ha ha ha! Old Polly can say lots of things. You just need to know the secret words. The secret words? Lots of various fish in Gourd Lake, aren't there? Something's funny, Nick. All these fish are saltwater fish. A little safe. It's locked. There's a television in here, too. Looks like a kitchen unit. It's pretty clean. Funny, he doesn't look like the type who'd keep things tidy like that. You're forgetting, Nick. He's running a pasta shop here. Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, squawk. Cute. Maya's found a new friend. Ah, my memory's gotten worse of late. That's why I just tell everything important to old Polly here. Everything important. I wonder. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Squawk! All right. Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya? See, Nick? All it takes is a little clever thinking. And a criminal mind. Quick, Nick, write that number down. Hey, don't get me involved in your little heist schemes. You were supposed to have jury duty tomorrow, but your session got canceled? Well, that's good. Like, for you. This is a boat rental shop, right? What are you talking about? This here's the Palace of Pasta, the wet noodle. Though, now that you mention it, we haven't gotten many orders for spaghetti lately. All the kids come up and say, "Yo, dude, we want to ride in one of your boats." That's why I keep them boats out there. Youngsters these days, darned if I understand them. I'm pretty confused myself. You were getting excited? Any reason why? Or... This guy's a witness tomorrow, right? Gotta find some way of getting information out of him. A pasta shop? Yep. To think the wet noodle will live on when I'm gone. My father started it, you know, so that makes you two the third generation. Meg? Yes! Tomorrow we'll start with the secrets of dough tossing. Dough tossing? You too, Keith? Yes. You'll be the best pasta wrangler the West has ever seen. Pasta wrangler? The West? Isn't pasta from Italy? Meg? Yes! You know the best pasta's always been made west of the Rockies, don't you? Right, of course. Everybody knows that. Nick? Huh? How long do we have to keep up this all-in-the-family charade? This old man must know something about the murder. We're not leaving until we find out what that is. You want to be on a jury, simple as? Your brother had a wild time when he had jury duty? Listen here, Keith. Remember that tricolor pasta we were talking about? Our rainbow lioli. I figured out that the last color we should use, indigo blue. Indigo blue? That didn't seem to work the way I thought it might. Wait, we gotta get the the fishing rod. He basically got to watch a Better Call Saul episode in person. That's wild! Detective Gumshoe isn't here. Now that you mention it, didn't he say he had a meeting to go to? Ah, that's right. Let's come back later. Alright, well I guess we don't get the fishing rod. Never mind. Back to Gourd Lake, I guess? More forest off that way. Doubt I'll find any helpful clues in there. Scree, Edgeworth did it. See, Your Honor, decisive evidence. Scree, good bird, remember that for the trial. I swear I can explain, Your Honor. That's a lawyer's badge? Yes, it is. I don't believe it. This old guy's the first person to recognize my badge. I get it. Huh? Yep, I got you figured out now. You're not, Keith! Nick, now's our chance to clear things up. Sir? No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg either. We're here investigating a murder that took place on the lake the other night. Please help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. Alright, I'll help. But on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. Okay, we promise. Nick, are you sure about this? Hey, anything to get this case solved. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? I guess so. That's my boy. Good for you, Keith. Wait, didn't I just say you too, Meg? Yes? You bring a tear to your old man's eye, you know. Now, what was that you wanted to know? Speak up, Polly. Hello, hello. Now he's talking to the bird again. How do we get him to talk to us? I'm just gonna present everything and we'll go from there. Oh, hold on. Yep, I know something about this. You know something about this? Keith? Yes? It's okay. You can call me Dad. Dad! You know something about this? Yep. The other night, out on the lake. Yes? Yes? I know all about that. I seen it. What? Tell us! Please tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose, since you're taking over the shop and all. I forget the time, but it was pretty dark outside. Probably night. Yep. It was after midnight, but okay. Then I heard this bang, so I looked outside. Then I heard another one. Bang! A little while later, the boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself. Yep. What did he say? Yep. I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time. Promise. We need to know earlier than that. You know what? Little Terry was just here. Terry? Yep, that kid next door. You always used to make him cry, remember? He was wearing this tattered old coat, got himself some whiskers grown out of his face. He must be talking about Detective Gumshoe. Comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? Somehow I don't think we're gonna get much useful information from this guy. To be fair, Phoenix Noodles is a fantastic food shop name. Not even a food shop name. That's a fantastic just dish name. Maya, maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Oh wait, I had one more question. Huh? Polly! Polly! Have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget DL6. Squawk! Huh? What did she just say, Nick? One more thing. One more time, Polly. Don't forget DL6. What? The DL6 incident? Hey, mister. I mean dad. This is getting weird. Who is this old guy? Why would that bird Polly know about DL6? We have to figure out who that old man is. Oh. What? He locked the door from the other side. Who could that old man be? I think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 instead. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Hey, pal. Long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? Sorry, just... Oh, no. Okay. Drawing a blank, so we have to actually ask him. Detective Gumshoe, please help us. Huh? We need to know about the DL6 incident. That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think that that has something to do with the current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file, so I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? Suddenly wondering if he's actually having memory issues or not. Yeah, probably not. I'm pretty sure the old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how'd that old man know anything about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? You know the old rental shop down at Gord Lake? Old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How'd you... that was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. I getcha. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. All right, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Nick, to the records room. I guess it's time we faced Edgeworth's past. Don't we get locked in here or something? Wow! It's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found out where the file is. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. First, I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Summary. Found it! Here you go. December 28, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So this game officially takes place in 2016. In 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all the lights went out. That was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator, and the survivors were unconscious. One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes, so Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in the elevator. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. Murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. Pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi? He was a clerk in the court, apparently. Must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent, thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. The victim in our case! Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? He may be closer than we think. Excuse me. Phoenix knows generally what happened in DL6. Still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. DL6 is fascinating writing because it ties into the backstories of almost all the main characters of the first 3 games. That's really cool. That's like good writing for them on parts 2 and 3. Definitely sounds like our suspicious old guy. Yeah, probably. This is our final day of court, right? Am I wrong? Something that almost always ties back to DL6. This is day 2. Didn't it just say day 3? Am I going crazy? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who's the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. On second thought, I guess it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. What are you thinking, Nick? What if that old man had something to do with the DL6 incident? If we don't find out who he is, we won't be able to build a case here. I guess she has a point. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Manfred von Karma has become a starlight. Well, thank you, Mr. Karma. I'm sure that you know you're about to kick our butt here in our court case. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. He's trying to butter me up. Oh no! The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My memory, Your Honor? You don't have any toast to butter? The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Well, let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang! When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There's nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes. Mr. Wright? Absolutely cross-examine. Are you fucking stupid? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness.
Hold it!
Just after midnight? Are you sure? Pretty sure. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today.
Objection.
I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. You see? Continue. Actually, only about 30-ish seconds late for the actual 3 minutes. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats.
Hold it!
Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. This Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy.
Objection.
The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shot. Witness, please continue.
Hold it!
Where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yeah. Good. Continue.
Hold it!
Was there someone in the boat? Pretty far out. I couldn't see clearly, but I figure there was 2 men out there. Couldn't see them clearly. Yep, at the time that is. Then I heard another bang.
Hold it!
You heard 2 gunshots total. Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday.
Hold it!
By your window? Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. Rather important detail. Please add it to the testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. The man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead.
Hold it!
Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Oh, goodness. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick or this trial's gonna be over.
Objection!
Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Objection.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found in the gun and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. Are you ignoring the truth? Oh, you are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. Judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Can't see any room to raise an objection. Better hold back and see how things develop. We have to do something. If we stay quiet now, Mr. Edgeworth will be found guilty for sure. It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. Court is adjourned. Whoa, wait! Who was that just now? Me, huh? What? Larry, what are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Von Karma out here speedrunning court cases. I mean, considering he works within a court system that only demands that you do 3 days worth of work.
Objection.
What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. Butts is in for the action? Yeah. The trial is over. Nick, This is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Think the game does a great job of making Von Karma's 40-year undefeated streak seem extremely plausible? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's not only is he like a capable lawyer within the game's lore and like the systems that the game presents to you, but additionally he has like this sense of like charisma and kind of command over the courtroom that makes it seem like he's been doing this sort of thing for quite a long time, where he basically just dictates the pace of things. And it's mostly just the fact that Phoenix refuses to let Edgeworth like go that prevents him from just completely getting swept away by the tide. You only get through day 1 thanks to Maya provoking Lotta, and you only get through day 2 thanks to Larry's interrupt. Yeah, exactly. Like we've had 2 instances here of basically like beyond last minute Hail Marys. Hi, Elo Mail Manipulator. Exactly. Yeah. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now! What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. I will say, I think that this is perhaps like the multiple last minute thing. Like, I think if it were one last minute, like, no, hold on, that would be one thing. But I think this happens like 3 times during this case. I think it happens at least once a day. And I'm thinking that like because of that, I find it a little bit like I wish that Phoenix. It could be that it could be that Phoenix just gets lucky, but I think it would have been perhaps a better case if we weren't constantly having these like Hail Mary moments. You know what I mean? For you, it's the fact he gets Phoenix to get the witness to double down on it being Edgeworth. Yeah, like it's clear that Von Karma is used to controlling courtrooms but like both in like legal and also extra legal ways, like it's clear that he knows how to win arguments even without necessarily cheating. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yeah. He said he went looking for the Steel Samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. He found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth? Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth? There's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. When I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me, I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right? Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. That someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Maximilian Galactica? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Why was Maya giving us that like, mischief face? That's also kind of her, like, it's like mischief / confidence for her? Butt says, right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. You came in early? Yeah, you got it. You're reading through the old files. That night I was out on a boat. I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually fake testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward. Out on a boat in the lake.
Hold it!
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time is it? Oh, after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. Why were you out on a boat at such a late hour?
Hold it!
Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
Hold it!
Around what time was that? Let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around noon? Around midnight, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. He's immediately so done with Larry's shit. Yeah, Larry is a great friend and absolutely a buffoon.
Hold it!
Where did the sound come from? Yeah, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know? Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of the case.
Hold it!
So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. Wish I could call my sister.
Objection!
Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you be not sure? Well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Larry is absolutely the worst. I love him, but he's the worst. Stop that booing. Oh my god. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Great, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs. He could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well. Can't believe I'm continuing this charade.
Hold it!
Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to?
Objection.
Nothing to do with the case. Witness was listening to the radio. That's all we need to know. How loud was your radio set to that night?
Hold it!
What did she say? Please cease those pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? We should care. Why? How do you know if we don't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Almost Christmas.
Hold it!
Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. It's the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There's one gleaming ray of hope in there. We've got to press it till we get to the bottom of what happened.
Objection!
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of the fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25:15, 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Huh? But there's nothing on the lake in the picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It's a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be?
Objection!
Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright? No turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Gotta show the evidence. Just gotta double check to make sure that it's not the gun.
Take that!
This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now, however, have I realized the truth. That the 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly! If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya! Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never ever overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch. I'm gonna run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. Use watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 00:15. But Larry heard gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that night. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake though. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Take that!
Around here? There is no good reason. The murderer thought... Oh, no. He wasn't even surprised that I goofed up.
Take that!
The boat shop, where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it, returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. Where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Are you sure about this, Nick? Not really, but I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details, details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body. Threw the body into the lake. This is what happened. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes, several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you be quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. December 27th, 1:22 p.m. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Ugh. Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little? Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? Can we snooze the ads? It's a nightmare I've had. Ah, we were so close. I really thought Edgeworth was going to declare his undying love for us. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. All right. And we are going to call it there for tonight because it is midnight. And I've been streaming for the last, slightly more than 3 hours. So, we're going to return to the title screen here. I will be back with more Ace Attorney tomorrow. Or I guess technically today at night. But you know what I mean. So, we will be playing more Ace Attorney tomorrow on Tuesday night. Yeah, I'm having fun. It's the right kind of intense. I had a couple frustrating moments, but That happens with Ace Attorney games. Is sometimes you are like ahead of the game's logic, and so you have to play by the rules. You know, you can't skip steps in the puzzle. So, what a cliffhanger to end on! Ha ha! Almost like I kind of had it planned that way. But yeah, so we will be back tomorrow with hopefully the conclusion of this case. We will see how that goes. But everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last 3 hours. I really do appreciate it. If you are watching this as a VOD, thank you for letting me keep you company for the last 3 hours. I hope that it was good second monitor content. But yeah, everybody, I will see you guys tomorrow for more Ace Attorney. And until then, I hope everybody is good to yourselves and to each other and to the greater wide world out there. And until our paths cross again in this big wide universe of ours, in my particular corner of this particular little galaxy, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, keep on shining bright starlights. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime, whatever time of day it happens to be for you. And do take care. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.